So a lot of Hoka's trail shoes tend to come out in a 2-year cycle, so every other year. Fortunately, in 2022, we're seeing a lot of good updates and some new models to Hoka's trail lineup. So let's go ahead and talk about what's coming to Hoka's trail lineup in 2022. So first up is the Speedgoat 5, which was actually supposed to be released this December, but due to manufacturing delays, it got pushed back into March of 2022. The shoe gets a nice redesign. It gets rid of all the heat applied and sewn on overlays and now has a double layered jacquard mesh, which is somewhat similar to the one that you find on the Zenal. The stack height remains the same as the Speedgoat 4 with 33mm in the heel and 29 in the forefoot. However, the weight gets dropped from close to 11 ounces to closer to 10 ounces. It still uses CM-EVA for the midsole, but now it will utilize a lighter and softer formula, which is supposed to be the same one that is used in the now discontinued Evo Speedgoat. The outsole remains very similar but has some slight tweaks, especially in the heel, but it still includes the 5mm Vibram Mega Grip lugs. So next up we have a really exciting new addition to the lineup, and that is the Tecton X, which kind of reminds me of a mock but for the trails. The upper of the Tecton X appears to use that similar jacquard mesh as the Speedgoat 5, and the midsole, like I mentioned, reminds me of the Mach 4 since it uses ProFly X. It has a softer foam on top and a firmer foam on bottom, and sandwiched in between there is a carbon plate. However, this is a parallel carbon plate, which essentially means it's like a regular plate but sliced down the middle. Skechers does something similar to this, but it allows the shoe for more side-to-side flexibility while still giving you protection and propulsion during the toe-off. Its stack seems to be similar to the Torrent 2, but with just a few extra millimeters. It has 33 in the heel and 29 in the forefoot. The outsole doesn't have full coverage and it isn't as aggressive as the Speedgoat, but it uses Vibram Light Base and Mega Grip to help keep the weight down, and the lug length is 4mm. Its weight comes in at 8.5 ounces, and the shoe will be released in May of 2022 for $200. So next up we have the OG Hoka, the Mafate. It is getting an update in 2022 as well. So from my understanding, the Evo Mafate is discontinued. I don't know too much about the updates or what version of the Mafate will be coming out in 2022. I think it's going to be the Mafate Speed 4. And unlike the other two trail shoes I talked about, I think this one's going to come out later in the year, closer to that fall-winter timeline. Now let's talk about the Torrent. So the Torrent 2 came out in 2022, however we're going to have to wait 3 years until the Torrent 3 because its release date got pushed back until spring of 2023, and I don't know what updates or changes they're going to do to that shoe yet. But just a heads up, if you were holding out for a Torrent 3, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. So there we have it. We have some exciting new shoes from Hoka coming in their trail lineup in 2022. I'm super excited about the Speedgoat 5 because I recently just got a pair of the Speedgoat 4 and have been really enjoying them, and the upper changes look amazing. And then I'm super excited about the Tecton X because, like I mentioned, it's kind of like a mock but for the trails, and that carbon plate I think is going to be super cool and kind of unique. Let me know which shoe you're most excited for in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep on running.